Hello again. This is the fifth question of my Ellen Star Fitness Q&A. And basically what I'm going to actually touch upon, which is quite a good subject that I'm sure everyone will be interested in, whether you're a guy or a girl, especially into fitness. And one thing I've been asked about is basically, what is the difference with weights and bodyweight training? And to me, I think that's a great question to ask, because a lot of people do feel that weights is better than bodyweight training and vice versa. I've actually seen some people where they've mentioned certain things about how bodyweight training is the best way to train, it's the only way to train, and then you got the people that are on the free weight side that are saying free weights is the best way to train, so on and so forth. We don't want to be battling with each other too much about this subject, because at the end of the day, they both help each other. You can do a lot of things to then improve an exercise by doing either body weight or free weight. So me personally, I wouldn't say there's much of a difference, apart from obviously one, you're using equipment, and one, you're not. You're still using equipment, but not in a sense of weights, obviously. So it's just a comparison of about, not really a comparison, but it's more of a question of which one is better. And even with that, personally, I'll still say both of them work as good as each other. What I'm going to do as well, because I actually have a book that touches upon that subject that I'll give to you guys. As I did say, I will be providing you guys with, let's get this out, with sources that I get from. And this is one book that I've bought, which I was trying to increase strength within bodyweight training, and this is called The Naked Warrior. And as it says there, master the secret of the super strong using body weights exercises only. This is not just to say that, oh, but he's got a book about bodyweight training. No, not at all. It's just the whole book is based on two exercises, and how those two exercises are almost the pinnacle of a great strength within those two bodyweight exercises. So basically, the person just teaches you how to do a one-arm push-up and also a one-legged squat. Alright, so it's just those two exercises, and obviously there's different variations of how you can make those two exercises very harder, and that's what he's all about. And at the end of it, he actually has like a little Q&A himself, and someone did ask him, what are your thoughts between free weights versus weights, and I will give you the answer here. So this is not only just coming from myself as well, but this is coming from another strength of this person here. Name is Pavel Satsulan, and I'll read a little bit about him now, which is basically, he is the master of sports, is a former Soviet Special Forces physical training instructor who has been called the modern king of kettlebells. Need that to say more. So let me just find this question, which is, oh no, that's not the one. So guys, do not knock off the fact that I'm only going to use weights. No, by all means, please use both of them. Alright, so let me see, why is there such an intense argument on martial arts as to, okay, here we go. So this particular person asked, why is there such an intense argument in the martial arts community as to whether body weight exercises are superior to exercises with weights? And this is what he has answered: because the issue of what provides the resistance is confused with the workout design, set reps, rest periods, tempo, etc. Under the terms of this pointless argument, powerlifting and high reps tricep kickbacks with a Barbie dumbbell fall under the same misleading category of the weight training. The label weight training is just a misleading consideration that one-legged squats with a 1 second pause on the bottom and Hindu squats have totally different effects on your body. Apples and oranges. The pistols, which is basically a one-legged squat, effect is a lot closer to the barbell, to that of barbell squats. Heavy, low rep barbell squats to be exact. So that is basically what he's mentioning there, is that a one-legged squat is the equivalent of doing a very heavy normal barbell squat. Where did I leave off to? Yep, to be exact, then to that of high rep Hindu squats. The point is Don't get hung up on what provides the resistance. Focus on the attribute you are trying to develop. And a firearm, unlike a weightlifter or a distance runner, needs a mix of different types of strength and endurance. So I won't go on too much because he does elaborate much more, and I don't want you guys to be here for too long again. So basically, what he's trying to mention is that at the end of the day, as I said as well, they both help each other, and they could be just as equivalent of each other. So let's say you being able to bench your body weight, it's the exact same thing as doing a one arm push-up. Though for me, if I was to add a little bit more into this, I do feel personally I'm more with the weights. If you're looking to be stronger anyway, I do feel weight training will definitely get you there much higher than with bodyweight training. My understanding of why and what I see, that is basically to back up my reasoning for it, is just the fact that with bodyweight training, unless you have good, very good knowledge on how to progress exercises such as the chin up, such as the squat, such as the push up, and making that a very difficult exercise for yourself, very challenging exercise I should say rather more, then you can only get strong according to what exercises you'll be able to develop within those exercises that I mentioned. With the weights is much more, not easier, but it's much more simpler in a sense of how you can make yourself much more stronger, and you're not limited by yourself. You're always limited depending on the weight you can either lift or push or pull, or for whatever weight that you can literally move basically. So let's say, if I wanted to get stronger in a bench press, easiest thing I could do is add more weight. So now with a push up, you would have to invite a lot of type of variations with that. So you can see where I'm coming from. It's not a much of a thing where one's better than the other, but I do feel that if you do want to get much more stronger and you do want to break barriers and you do want to break records, then definitely weight training is the way to go with that. Especially also even with hypertrophy. What I mean by hypertrophy is just to get bigger, ripped. You know, when you see the big guys, the Mr. Olympia, even the women, and I know some of you women, you won't be interested in that, which is fair enough. But even them, they didn't get big by doing muscle ups. They didn't get super ripped by doing the human flag. Although these type of movements that I didn't mention are great indication of strength, but to how they look, they did not do those type of exercises. They were in the weights, they were in the gym, and they were just ripping out their muscles as much as they can to make sure you get the best definition. So it's all to do within yourself. But just to answer that question, I do feel that they both help each other. I wouldn't say one's better than the other, but I do feel that with weight training, you can definitely get a lot more stronger with weight training than with bodyweight training. Not to knock off body training, because there's a lot of people that are very strong in bodyweight training. There's even certain movements that I can't even do myself, and I tend to feel that I'm quite of a strong guy. So don't knock it off, don't knock both of them off, but at the same time I really do feel that do not neglect one. Just because you're in the weights and you can do the muscle ups, you can do the human flags, please don't feel that that's going to take you to wherever you need to go. Please make sure that you do invite some weights into it, and vice versa with the weights. Just because you can bench your own body weight but you can't do a pull up, you got to make sure you get that sorted out. Because just imagine if you're just as strong as you're with the weights, just imagine what you can achieve with the body weights, and it's the exact same thing again, vice versa. So that's my answer to that question. Again, if you have any more questions you want to ask me, make sure that you get at me with the contacts below that I will put up, and also if you want, you can just always just comment down on this video as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I think I've got 2 more topics to touch upon. Thank you very much for watching. Definitely be looking forward to any questions you guys have to ask, and stay tuned. Thank you.